a special holiday episode of The Graveyard Tapes. We begin in Valentine's apartment, a single-level, bare-bones, studio-style condo. Threadripper seems concerned that Finn is still asleep on the futon.
Boss! Boss! Get your hungover lazy butt out of bed! Don't say I didn't warn you. Time to wake up, boss!
Ouch! Bloody fire!
The fire is under your butt, Valentine. It's lunchtime and I'm hungry. There's no food. This place is a 5-star disaster area. Christmas is here and there's no decorations up and your tattoos look like faded lick-em-and-stick-em Cracker Jack ripoffs.
For Odin's sake, Thread, my head's pounding and I can't see a bloody thing. What's with all the banging anyway?
What? I warned you.
When?
A few seconds ago. When you were sleeping.
So what? It's lunchtime. My appointment's not till... bollocks!
That's right, you big lug. Here. Take these and wash your face. I'll try to get some dishes done if you promise to bring me back food.
The realization of being late hit me like a ton of CHG fines. It leaves a sinking, empty feeling in your stomach. The dish rag is a little food crusted, but it does the job well enough. Anything is better than crusty eyes. I swallow the pills dry, almost straighten my shirt, grab my coat, and promise on the way out the door. Thanks, Thread. I promise I'll bring you a box of those little bite-sized pizza bagels you like so much.
Make it 2 boxes. Pepperoni and 5 cheese pizza.
Fred's voice fades away in my mad dash out the door. Lucky for me, I slept in my shoes. If I hurry to Anne's, I might make it before she decides to charge triple. Or worse. Verbally berate me for having something called potential but being a lazy, late slob of a mortal. Demigods, I tell you. They have some nerve, but I need Anne. Even like her enough to not want to piss her off by accident. She recharges my magical tattoos, and that's a service I need. With the last bit of juice in my tattoos, I invoke a spell to increase my speed. This is going to cost me, though. It's a simple little spell, but my magical energy is so empty. I pull up my sleeve just enough to see the outlines of faded oars to nothing. The last bit really puts a hurt in my wallet. But Anne's just around the corner. I should be able to sweet talk her into giving me a discount.
Well. Look what we have here, boys. A famous investigator that just got himself kidnapped. The boss has a burning desire to see you, Valentine. I'll give you 3 guesses where you're headed. Care to take a guess?
So, Jester, long time no see. Ow. See what I did there? I can tell bad jokes too. And I know from experience where I am. This is Grand Road. The potholes are very distinct. You should buckle up, you slimy bastard.
What's the matter, Valentine? You waiting for the sinkhole? They finally built it in last week.
Where's my favourite sinkhole? Realise your spine when you hit it at high speed.
You're an absolute idiot. If you think I haven't paid attention to trivial things like that, Valentine, you're an idiot.
Suddenly the van rocks hard to one side, cutting Jester off in mid-sentence. Tyres skid as the back of the van swings around and out of control. It felt like we were broadsided by something huge. I get thrown around with the other occupants, yelling and cursing as we get crushed against each other, shards of broken glass flying. The skidding stops so suddenly, the van almost rolls over, but instead slams back down on the tyres, violently tossing us about. I hear the sound of metal tearing. It's a horrifying screech, like nails on a chalkboard. It sends shivers up my spine. Deep guttural howls, growls and solid thumps followed by shouts, going silent, keep my nerves raw. Something grabs my jacket collar, yanking me from the van wreckage and lifts my blindfold.
Good afternoon, Valentine. You look like something I saw in a dumpster once.
Hello, Cyrus.
You know what? I think that was you I saw in that dumpster.
No, I wouldn't put it past me. Cyrus, part of Flack's crew. Her shifter who runs everything south of 25th Avenue. She's a cuddly delight who will rip your arm off as soon as look at you. Cyrus landed in North America sometime in the 1800s. Never lost the accent. Pure cussedness.
I used to think more highly of you, Valentine. Letting yourself get taken like that makes me question why I bothered to save you. I think you owe us now, a favor for a favor. I had to run quite a ways and call in my pack to cut that van off. Jester will report back to his boss. That could cause trouble for my pack.
Of course she was right. Getting taken like that was sloppy. I'm a slob, but I'm not that sloppy on the case. I owed Cyrus, so I owed Flack, and she knew it. That's the old code. That's our agreement. I wasn't going to live this down if I didn't think fast. You're right, Cyrus. I owe you. Thanks for the rescue I didn't need, but I have something I think will make us even. Something you want.
Oh, and what is that?
How about you give me a ride back to Anne's, and I'll explain along the way. But first I need to retrieve something. I almost straightened my wrinkled clothes while walking over to an unconscious Jester. I found a nice wad of greenbacks in his pockets, a few credit cards, and something written on a pink sticky note. I took the sticky note away and I counted out 1,000 big ones. It's not even a quarter of the roll I hand over to Flack. His eyes go wide in disbelief and narrow quickly. Am I really that predictable?
Are you trying to buy me, Valentine? That's against the rules. But that bike needs repairs, so I'll take this as a down payment. Jerry here will take you back to Anne's. I need to get ready for tonight's festivities. We shifters are bringing the good stuff, the hard booze.
Hoo-hoo! That was a close one, wasn't it? Good thing Cyrus happened to be close by. Now, back to the story. True to Cyrus's word, Jerry gets Valentine to the Neon Crossing safely.
Valentine, you're late. Very late. It's called an appointment for a reason. You look like Hal's bus ran over you. What happened?
That is a hard case to crack. She can scold me 1 second, then flip a switch and be concerned. I don't get it. I'd rather have the concern than the lecture. I'm certain I'll get one in a minute, after she's done fussing over my scrapes and scratches.
So, how'd you escape?
Valentine tells his story with a few embellishments to make himself not look so careless while Anne tends his wounds. She pays close attention to how faded his tattoos are, frowning the whole time like the Grinch.
That's quite the tale. Now go sit in the chair. Your tattoos need some major work. I told you after the calling of the corners to come see me for a recharge.
And why do I feel so light? Like I'm floating. I can't open my eyes. Anne? Anne?
Oh, shush, Finn. Everything's fine. It's hard to work on your tattoos with all your squirming and twitching, so you're levitating to make this easier. You let your guard down and got kidnapped. I know you had your heart in a good place with that coin, but I can't help but feel like we cheated. Now there's a target on your back. Someone probably knows, or at least suspects.
Let's be honest, Anne, there's always a target on my back. Comes with the job. But for hell's sake, can you let me open my eyes?
I'm almost done. I've taken the liberty of healing your wounds and removing the glass pieces. I can't have my escort showing up like I'm the one who clobbered him. I have a sweet, gentle reputation to maintain after all. And if you go getting yourself hurt or killed because of that coin, I will never forgive you.
Thanks for the recharge and healing. I owe you. Anything you want I can do, I will. Just name it. Anne's been a real sassy pass ever since the first time we met. I've been a wrecking ball for her troubles. I had thought, maybe, I could make it up to her after that incident with the coin. The Janus coin. The very powerful, very sought-after problem solver supernatural weakness that every magical thing wants. It was almost stolen by a crazy powerful mystery man during the call-in of the corners. The Collector. Not my best work that night. He mopped the floor with me, but it was all part of my plan, see? I mean, sort of. I managed to stall long enough for Madeline to intervene. The coin was thought hidden. It was. By me. And I gave it to Anne. Maybe that's why she's acting differently. Oh, bandersnatch, Valentine, you fool! She turned to me then. Cleaned up from her using large amounts of magical powder, charge up my tattoos and removing glass shrapnel. Her own tattoos were crisp, sharp, and constantly shifting. It was subtle, but I noticed. The steel in her eyes says it all. Don't muck this up, Finn.
There is something you can do. You can dance with me at the ball and watch the ballet.
My jaw hit the floor like an anvil from a second-story window. I can dance and watch ballet. What do I look like, Benedict bloody Cumberbatch?
You wish.
The City Hall goblins spared no expense decorating for this year's Christmas ball. A special spruce tree over 30 feet tall is center stage outside where all the commoners, city elite, and foreign dignitaries can see. Multicolored lights, a gold ribbon, and various holiday ornaments encircle the cascading layers of branches covered with a dusting of fake snow.
I wait at the bottom of the steps in an out-of-the-way cozy corner. All the usual suspects are here except one. As I watch the Russian dignitary and his escort, a flash of fame catches my attention. Our Russian guest is a vampire. Before I have time to ponder those implications, my tattoos give me a warm tingle. Anne must be nearby. Scanning the crowd, I spot her in a pure snow-white gown. Her mask is a matching white with colourful designs seamlessly blending into her own tattoos. For the second time today, my chin hits the floor. She calmly walks over, closes my mouth.
Get your head on straight and try to act civilized. This is a higher than normal class event. I know your etiquette is either non-existent or rustier than an old shipyard, but for my sake, at least act like you know how to behave.
Sorry, Anne, you really went all out and got dolled up. You're trying to impress someone tonight? Because if you are, I was definitely the wrong choice for this.
No, Finn. I'm working to maintain a cover after what you did. I brought you a mask. It has a few extra touches.
She holds out the mask for me to inspect. It's a black mask that mirrors hers, but instead of the bright, vibrant colours she has, mine are deep, rich colours of purple, blue, and black in different shades. I hold it up, noticing the shape is like a yin-yang. So I have to ask the obvious question. What will happen if I put the two masks together?
It's a last resort if something happens. I know they still have the Collector prisoner, and he hasn't divulged anything yet. There's something about his magic that's keeping him from breaking.
How did you suss that out? Normally I'm the one snooping about for information.
Give me some credit, Finn. I am a goddess, after all. I have my ways. You're not the only one that can ferret out information.
I'm certain I raised an eyebrow at the mention of a ferret. The icy look she shot me said I should drop that thought, but You know me. I need to figure out if that was a slip of the tongue or just a figure of speech.
Put your mask on, Finn. You'll have a matching costume.
What's wrong with my suit?
Nothing at all. If it's 1992 and you're homeless, it smells a bit like mothballs.
I sniff my collar and half to agree. So this mask will change my clothes. Why not? I sent for a big red suit, golden buckles, and a big sack of cash. Release gift cards. And the beard. Birds dig the beard. Am I right?
Just put it on. We need to get in there and be seen.
Alright, let's get this party going.
Let's head over there, Finn. I'll feel better if Saris and Riza know we're here. That bastard Cassius has been harassing my shop lately, asking if I would do him the honor of being his +1.
He what? Well, that explains a lot. Is that why you charged my tattoos?
That's part of it. You might have a chance if he tries to escape. If he does, I have no doubt things will get messy. We'll have to stop him. Now, can you be a gentleman and get me a glass of that shifter mead? It smells delightful.
Sure thing.
Valentine.
Cyrus! That's quite the stack of barrels. What's the drink of choice tonight? And where's your dear leader Fleck?
Oh, Fleck sends his regrets. There's some urgent shifter business in the East End that needs his personal touch. In the meantime, have a glass of blackberry mead from Bushwhacker Brew Pub. A sweet drink for a sweet night of festive metal, and some less amazing ballet.
Ballet.
Hey, you two. Are you keeping my escort busy?
Oh, sorry, Anne. You look radiant and that mask is really something. A glass for the inked goddess, and a mug for her escort.
Greetings, everyone. This is a night filled with many surprises. And Cyrus, I'll take a mug of that mead. I have the pleasure to introduce a renowned dignitary from across the ocean, Alexei Burishk. He is responsible for the finer entertainment tonight.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, especially you, Inked Goddess. Tim has told me so much of many of you. If even half of it is true, then I have no doubt you will be the highlight of this ball. And you must be Riza. From one primal animal to another, you smell fascinating.
Watch it, mister. That's unwanted sniffing. If you keep that up, you won't have a nose left to sniff with. It'll smell nothing but a sewer as I shove it straight up you.
Well now, I told you, Alexei, she is feisty. I think Riza would be perfect to add to your troupe.
Here's your drinks. Now get out of my lane. It's packed up with all your peacocking.
Keep this swill. It's not refined enough for my taste. I prefer a well-aged red. Something of class and stature. Not the common pauper's swill fermented sweetener. Real men don't need sweetener. A drink needs bite. Farewell, commoners. But you, goddess, are more than this rabble. Feel free to join us when you tire of these beasts and mannerless folk. Enjoy the show. We should take our leave, Tim. I have a showstopper to prepare for.
Absolutely, Alexei. I look forward to seeing the confusion on their faces when confronted with actual culture.
We watch them leave without taking their drinks. I have to admit this group has little class, but I've lived many lives helping those less fortunate. I like this group. We have more in common than they will ever know. Thank you, guys. He's been harassing me for weeks. I see he found a date, though.
They're both creeps. I'd love to rip their smug faces apart.
I wouldn't miss them any. But we should get out there and mingle. This mead is delicious, by the way. I've had my share of drinks, and this is so smooth, it'll catch you off guard. Saris beams with pride as we depart to mingle with some of my contacts and patients. Finn says something I know will lead to no good.
There's that weasel. You'll excuse me a second, Anne. I need to take care of something.
He's gone before I can respond. I'll follow his intent gaze and spy Jester duck around a corner. Well, I guess I'll let him slide on this. Jester has it coming.
All right, everyone. May I have your attention? Thank you all for coming out to this year's special Christmas ball. I have received and catalogued all your wonderful gifts. We have 2 treats for you tonight. Everyone's favorite shifter band. They'll play some dance music and a short metal Christmas cover. But the highlight of tonight will be a live performance from our vampire neighbors. They will be gracing us with a shortened live dance performance of Hoffman's Nutcracker Ballet. I'm excited for this evening, and I know everyone will behave themselves. So now I open up the dance floor. Enjoy and be merry.
I see your escort has left you unattended, goddess. If I may be so bold, my offer still stands. All it costs you is a dance, and some time in the vampire court at my side. I would be willing to accept just the dance for now, as a sign of good faith. Ley lines don't just move themselves, you know. It takes time, money, an enormous amount of paperwork.
I told you before, Cassius.
Tim.
My answer is no, and my escort is attending to some personal business. There was an incident earlier today that caused me some grief. I don't like it when my appointments don't show up. You know how valuable time is. If I were you, I'd be seeing to your subordinate. I'm afraid he's in a bit of a situation.
I have no idea what you're referring to, but I can see you're as resilient as ever. Good night, goddess.
I watch him leave feeling a bit better about tonight. I think I struck a nerve about his attempt at kidnapping Finn. He must have been the one to give the order. They were probably trying to use him as leverage against me. Not tonight, Cassius. Not tonight. Now where is he? With a whisper of power, I activate my mask. I can see what his mask sees. He's staring at my back. I wonder how much of that conversation he caught. If Cassius saw him, that would explain the hastened departure.
Hey, Anne. That rat vampire Cassius was behind it. He's got something else planned too, but Jester doesn't know.
I guessed as much, Finn. The music is about to start. The shifter band is going to play a few songs. I just want to enjoy the rest of this night. Dance with me. I'm not taking no for an answer. Unless you want to pay triple for being late.
No, I'm good. We can dance. Or you can dance, I've got 2 left feet.
Just follow my lead, Finn. It's a slow dance. Christmas jazz before the Christmas metal cover. Madeline was very nonspecific as to what the cover actually is. It was like dancing with an awkward teenager. There was a sincerity in his eyes behind the abyss of pain constantly gnawing away. I promised long ago that I would help him. I'm afraid there's only one way. Nisvashri has to be banished and Katerina set free. I lay my head on his shoulder, letting the music soothe my own worries away. I will find a way. I will.
Ashen hells, what's that? Did you feel it too? Like getting punched in the head. I know that magic, Anne. She's here. The nausea almost made my knees buckle. There's only one being I know that has that much raw power besides a god. Navashri, that demonic parasite that took Katerina away from me. It feels like her, but something's different. I'm doing my best not to vomit on my suit. Splinters from a side door explode out into the crowd. The Collector, making his way towards us like Moses parting the Red Sea, encloses the remaining distance. I fall for the old one too and get knocked squarely on my backside. I see my friends upside down from my grounded position. In one fluid motion, Anne takes off her mask and slides it across the tile floor to me. I guess this is what she meant by last resort. I take off my mask and put the 2 together. Or more accurately, they put themselves together like 2 magnets. A blinding flash as we see in spots for a moment. I put the masks on and instantly feel overcharged. I roll backwards, up to my feet and hold both arms out wide, tattoos flaring ice and fire. For a moment he laughs it off before screaming in agony.
Boss, use this!
It's a reality fabric dustbuster. Hurry!
They roll a silver-looking hamster ball to me. Using everything I have left, I channel it into the ball. It bleeds light like looking directly at the sun. The floor rushes to greet me. Razor leaps into action as my vision goes black. She kicks the ball to the collector, who disappears into a warp of torn reality.
It appears that our vampire guests have disappeared. Shifters, find them. Cassius, I expect you in my office later this morning. Inked Goddess, could you get your escort out of my sight? Trouble always seems to follow him. And Goddess, thank you for your assistance. There will be a care package for you later this week. As for Finn, when he wakes, inform him he is not forgiven for the Corners incident, but he is earning his way back into our good graces.
Of course, my queen. Thank you for your generosity. Come on, Finn. Wake up. Wake up!
What happened? Where is he?
Gone for now. Come on, get up. Let's go back to my shop.
They're gone, my queen. Fled into the night. Back home, I'd imagine. No, it seems fishy. The out-of-town dignitaries come, and the biggest threat to our city mysteriously escapes.
It is odd, and certain people will provide answers, or there will be consequences. All right, everyone. Party's over. Go home.
Back at the Neon Crossing, Anne and Finn take a load off. They have a hot chocolate and sit in silence, glad the night is finally over. The collector has been banished to one of 0 Day's pocket realities. From all of us at the Graveyard Tapes, may your holidays be bright and joyous. Join us again next time for the next installment of the Graveyard Tapes. Ho, ho, ho!
You have been listening to the Graveyard Tapes, Christmas Special, Valentine's Secret Santa. Written by James Nichols. Edited by Dustin Gray and Aidan Morgan. Produced by Aidan Morgan. With voices by Chase Hunter, James Nichols, Fenway Jones, Rick the Whitebird, Miguel Diaz, Caitlin Sinnott, Angela the Short, Nikki Ewart, Aidan Morgan, and Rue Dickey.